Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. If you always watch our channel, you may know that the news of Chinese chip. The world's major chip manufacturing giants are accelerating the pace of technology. TSMC and Samsung have achieved 3 nanometers mass production, pushing human chip technology to a new peak. However, the mainland chip manufacturer SMIC is also working hard, and there is good news of mass production of 12 nanometers chips. With 12 nanometers, does it mean that Huawei's Kirin chip is about to return? What is the significance of mastering 12 nanometers? Where is the limit of human chip technology? At present, human beings have further surpassed the limit of chip performance and reached 3 nanometers. TSMC has completed mass production of 3 nanometers by the end of 2022, and the yield rate has reached as high as 80%, and the performance has also been significantly improved compared with 5 nanometers. Although the performance breakthrough of doubling has not been achieved, the mass production of 3 nanometers proves that human chip technology has not reached its limit. Even after 3 nanometers, TSMC has planned the construction plan of 2 nanometers and 1 nanometer chip factories, and continues to tackle the performance ceiling of human chip technology. Many people also think that the higher the performance of the chip, the better, and the stronger the computing performance it can bring. But it is not absolute. It depends on the actual use of the chip. Except for a small number of chip fields that need to use the ultimate technology, most of the usage scenarios can use mature technology. In this regard, SMIC's 14 nanometers and 28 nanometers chips have attracted much attention. On the one hand, SMIC has a large amount of mature chip production capacity. On the other hand, SMIC's mature technology has reached the industry's yield level, and it has the ability to compare with competitors under the same process technology. Of course, 14 nanometers and 28 nanometers are not all the processes of SMIC, and the further 12 nanometers has also made a breakthrough. According to news from the industry, SMIC has completed mass production of 12 nanometers chips. Compared with 14 nanometers chips, SMIC's 12 nanometers performance has been improved by 10%, and power consumption has been reduced by 20%. Kirin chip coming back soon. The 12 nanometers process may be SMIC's most advanced process at present. With the good news of mass production, does it mean that Huawei's Kirin chip is about to return? This depends on the actual situation of the industry chain and market rules. From the perspective of the industry chain, the 12 nanometers process can cover the production of the Kirin 710 series. Anyone familiar with the Kirin 710 series knows that this is a mid-range processor, and the models equipped with it are mainly 1,000 yuan phones. Although this level can only meet the needs of some groups of people, it still plays a key role in self-manufacturing after all. Industrial chain is one thing, market rules are another. If it can achieve 100% purely independent technology, and does not rely on American technology, then it is not impossible to return the Kirin chip. But if you use American technology, you may need to continue to work hard. Ren Jingfei said that the problem of Huawei's chips needs to be solved in the context of globalization, and Huawei will insist on globalization. In fact, It is not difficult to understand that Huawei is a chip design manufacturer responsible for chip design and research and development. For chip manufacturing, it needs global support, and the chips are produced under the division of labor and cooperation of major suppliers. Huawei has been developing its own chips for more than 10 years, and has always followed the design route. If Huawei is given another chance, I wonder if it will do a different layout strategy. It's just that there are not many IFS. What Huawei needs to do now is to continue to move forward in other business areas and obtain more sales, support the scientific research departments of HiSilicon Semiconductor to continue to maintain development. In general, it will take time for the Kirin chip to return, but I believe that Huawei will not give up. As long as it can afford it, it will continue to support the HiSilicon department until the dawn of dawn. What is the significance of China's mastery of 12 nanometers chip technology? TSMC and Samsung have achieved mass production of 3 nanometers, and Intel has obtained EUV lithography machines for high-end chip production and processing. So what is the significance of SMIC's mastery of 12 nanometers? In fact, 12 nanometers has a great range of applications and value. In the Internet of Things, edge computing, artificial intelligence and other fields, 12 nanometers can be used to exert huge industrial benefits, which is of great significance for accelerating the development of emerging industries. Moreover, chips with a 12 nanometers process do not have excessive costs, allowing chip design manufacturers to complete chip development and implementation in a relatively short period of time, and deploy them to end products to achieve rapid listing. If it is TSMC's 3 nanometers, it is likely to be expensive and unaffordable. What needs to be known is that TSMC's 3 nanometers foundry price has reached $20,000 per wafer, breaking through a record high. I am afraid that only major customers such as Apple, Qualcomm, and MediaTek can afford it, and it is difficult for small and medium-sized chip design manufacturers to afford expensive costs. In contrast, 12 nanometers not only has higher performance, but also is very cost-effective. Regardless of TSMC, Samsung has broken the ice at 3 nanometers, but in fact it is also under huge investment pressure to build factories. To achieve profitability, it takes a long time to settle. What's more, the manufacture of high-end chips requires EUV lithography machines. When ASML cannot realize the free shipment of EUV lithography machines, it is more critical to choose its own suitable path for development. 12 nanometers process chips can be produced without EUV lithography machines, which has more benefits for manufacturers to promote capacity layout. There is good news from SMIC that it has successfully mass-produced 12 nanometers chips. It will take time to verify whether this will allow Kirin chips to return. After all, the industry chain needs to be supported by the global division of labor and cooperation. But at least after taking the first step, there will be a second step, and we look forward to making greater progress. What do you think about this? Welcome to leave a message below to share.